Hi all, I wanted to make a quick video in my two indicator series, but this video is only for people who have more than 5 years of experience. I wouldn't suggest people who are newcomers to try this, all right? And before I begin, I would also mention that this is an educational channel. All content over here is for the sake of education. Kindly read the disclaimer you see on the screen and in the description below. Now, I just want to say that the reason I say that this video is for people with 5 years plus experience is for the simple reason that the time frame that I'm going to use over here is 1 minute. 1 minute is a little tricky to deal with. Actually, it's very simple. I mean, it can either be very simple for somebody or it can be very difficult for somebody. All right. So, and I generally say that people who have less than 5 years of experience avoid 1 year, 1 minute trading. All right. So I'm going to be making the video on 1 minute trading, which is generally I don't do. Most of my videos or 90% of my videos are generally on 5 minutes, and very rarely do I discuss 1 minute time frame. But this video is two indicators and 1 minute time frame, and I'll explain how things work. All right. So what index am I currently on? I'm on CNX Finance, so that means I'm on FinNifty. The first thing that I'll do is I'll switch this to it's currently on the 5 minutes time frame. I'll switch this to 1 minute, and the index will looks like this. Right at the bottom, you have this 1D. If you click this 1D, then it fits in one window. I mean, it fits within the window that you have open on the screen. All right. All you gotta do is click on this 1D. If you want to further shrink it, then shrink it like this. So this is Nifty Finance today in the 1 minute time frame. All right. There are only two indicators that I'm going to use, but if you're on the paid version, then I would suggest one indicator that you can add. All right. So what is the first indicator that we're going to use? The first indicator that we're going to use is an indicator called TRAMA. All right. It's actually got a longer name. It's by Lux Algo. It's trend regularity adaptive moving average, but in short, it's called TRAMA. Now, it's a moving average where it does not really have a substitute. I've tried multiple EMAs and SMAs. There is nothing that actually works exactly like the way TRAMA works. Now, TRAMA is also very good in long-term time frames. For example, if I do a Nifty spot and if I go to a monthly time frame, you see how accurate it is. This is the 2020 dip, but after that, you see Nifty has hardly dipped. Only over here there's a slight dip and then it goes on. Even if you switch to the weekly time frame, this TRAMA indicator is very, what should I say? If you know what you're doing, then it's a very handy indicator. All right. On the daily time frame, my logic with this indicator is very simple. If the candles are above the TRAMA, then it's a bullish market. If it's below the TRAMA, then it's a bearish market. It's as simple as that. I mean, if I have to simplify things, then that's the way I would put it. You can use it on most time frames. When you get into the shorter time frames, I've found that it doesn't work exactly very well with 5 minutes time frame, because it'll give you a larger picture. For it, in the 5 minutes time frame, the whole Nifty is in a downtrend, which is actually a fact. So this indicator is good for people who are working with larger time frame or extremely shorter time frames. That 5 minute, 1 hour, 2 hour, it may not work very well. So work on daily, weekly, monthly time frames with this, or come to very short time frames like 1, 2, 3 minutes. That's it. After 3 minutes, it's not that effective. All right. So I'm not going to go to the other extreme of long time frames over here, though I suggest if you're using longer time frames, you can give a go at TRAMA also. Let me come to the other end and I'll use this in a very short time frame, that is 1 minute. All right. And I'll just refresh this. Now, by default, the indicator comes like this. If I do a reset, the TRAMA line is generally red color. I have made it white, but for this example, let me just make it white so that it's very visible to all of us. I don't need this and this, and I'll click on OK. So I've just changed the color of the indicator. No other setting has been changed. It is in its default setting. All right. And I'll switch it to 1 minute and 1 day. So Nifty will look like this. For this particular example, I'll use the FinNifty chart. And the other indicator that we'll add to this is an indicator called trend line with breaks. It's again an indicator by Lux Algo. I'll just show you the name of the indicator. Trend line with breaks, and it's by Lux Algo. All right. I'll leave the name of the indicators and the authors in the comment section and pin it so that you have no difficulty finding it. Now, I would suggest if you are on the free version, that means you have only two indicators that you can work with. So the first thing that I would want you to do is, once the first candle is formed in the 1 minute time frame, all right, go to your box. In this section, you have a rectangle. Go over here and make the high and low of the first candle, all right, and then do a reset, and then that means now we know the high and low of the first candle. There is an indicator that I can use which automatically does this for me. I'll show that to you towards the end, but if you don't have the free, if you're not on the paid version, then this is the only option you have, because you're restricted to two indicators only, and we are already using two indicators. One is TRAMA and the other is trend line with breaks. All right, now let's get into how it can be useful for us. Now you see over here, it breaks over here. The perfect trade for the day was this. It comes out of the 1 minute box and then it gives a fall over here. This is the best fall, and this is probably the best trade for the day, where Fin Nifty falls about 100 points in about 5. I don't know how long this took. Let me just check how long this took. How long did this fall take? Date range. Once this fall started, it ended over here. 20 minutes. In 20 minutes, Fin Nifty had a 100-point fall. All right. So let's get rid of that. So there are some trades over here also. You see, every time this trend lines is, this indicator is also working on default settings. I'll just show it to you. Reset settings, it's on default. So both the indicators I'm using on default settings, and it's pretty straightforward. I mean, at every junction, it's telling you when the trend line is breaking. So you have one over here. We are basically scalping on this. So you had like a 40 points down over here. Then next small break over here. Then you had like a 25 points over here. And this is the best one, because there's a double confirmation. The trend line is breaking and it's coming out of the 5 minute box. So this was the best trade, where it falls about 115 points. Then as you go along, you have an up move over here. This trend line breaks, and then you take this long over here. This was of how many points? About 60 points. And then there's a trade over here when this trend line is breaking. This fall over here is how many points? About 55 points. So you see, we are basically scalping, and then you have this last up move, which I would have not taken because I don't like trading in the last half an hour. This is a post 3 p.m. move, but how many points is this? This is about a 50-point move after 3 p.m., but I would not recommend this trade. But you basically get the gist, right? So whenever the trend line is breaking, this indicator is showing you the break. For example, over here, you see there's a break over here. This is breaking. It's showing you the angle. This is the place where you should take the shot and ride the trend till about 60 points. You take whatever 30-40 points in between. Today is not a great day to explain this particular indicator, because today was a very slow and erratic day. But on a good day, you will find very good moves on the 1 minute, 2 minute and 3 minute time frame. All right, I use it on the 1 minute. Whether you want to use it on 2 minute, it works on 2 minutes, but on 1 minute I find it more effective. It works on 3 minutes also. So you see, 3 minutes, it's grabbing the thing earlier, but there are some give and takes in all time frames. So depends what you like. You can have, 3 minutes sometimes looks better than 1 minute, or there are some benefits and offs to all the things. So I use it on the 1 minute time frame if I'm using these two indicators, but it's your choice whether you want to use it or 1 minute, or you want to use it on 2 or 3 minutes. All right, now I'll get rid of this thing, because there is an indicator that can do that for me. It's called first candle high and low by Jaruvi 12. I've discussed this indicator in the past as well. You see, it makes this box automatically for me, and I pretty much don't need to do much. I can just change the color of the box to any color I want. So I'll make it in this instance, I'll make this yellow. All right, so that because I'm using a white line, I'll make this yellow, and the box is filled with 10% some kind of a color. If I take this color high, you see the whitish tinge increases, but I'll leave it at 10%. That's what it comes with default at. So I'll leave it over there and I'll click on OK. That's it. There are many other things on this high-low indicator, but I don't use any of that. If you go to the style section, it's got its own moving average. I don't use anything. I use only the box over here because I need the first candle high and low. And the beauty about this first candle high and low is if you go to 3 minutes, it'll tell you the first 3-minute candle high and low. If you go to 5 minutes, it'll tell you the first 5-minute candle high and low. This indicator is perfect. I have found many substitutes to this in the past, but nothing as perfect as this. This is exactly what I've been looking for, and I've finally found it. So in 1 minute time frame, it looks like this. If I click on this 1D, everything will fit in one frame and things would look like this for me. So it's very simple, guys. We are working with a moving average called TRAMA. The more you use it, the better you will get at it. All right. Again, it works on very short frames in my view, or very long frames. It generally tells you where the market direction is. If you don't want to use TRAMA, you can use something like a CMEMA trend bars, or you can use trend speed analyzer, speed trend analyzer or trend speed analyzer, one of the two by Zimmerman. I've already discussed those indicators in the past. You can use those, but TRAMA is something I want to discuss. I may make a separate video on TRAMA where I'm looking at longer time frames, because it's a very good indicator for longer time frames, especially daily, weekly kind of stuff. But in this instance, I'm using it in a short time frame. It gives me a market direction. Like as long as the candles are below the TRAMA, I know the market is negative, and I'm using the trend line with breaks to know where I take my positions. All right, where I enter into the short or I enter into the long. For example, I enter into the short over here because this break is happening. This trend line is telling me the break, and this was the best short for the day. And then you have one okayish long over here, and then one 3 p.m. kind of a long. There are two shorts which are good today in Fin Nifty. This short and this short, and this is a decent long. That's it. Let me check how Nifty looked today. So okay, you had one good short over here, one good long over here, and maybe one good short over here at about 230. So yeah, in all, I think in all three indices, you had only 3 places where you could actually make some money. Apart from that, it was a very draggy day. Just look at Nifty. I mean, look at the consolidation over here. And that's probably because today was the expiry. Just look at the amount of consolidation in this zone. It's like noise. Pretty much like noise. Very difficult day to trade Nifty today. Let's look at mid cap. Mid cap also was moving very sluggish kind of a movement. Bank Nifty and Fin Nifty were probably better. So this is how Bank Nifty looks. Very good opportunity over here to short. I mean, one could have gotten early in the 1 minute time frame here. This is a perfect good shot, even though it's still inside the box. This is a 340 point shot. Amazing. Even if you took it outside the box, even if you took it over here, even then it's like 180 points. Not bad at all. So over here also one good shot, one decent long, and another okayish kind of a shot. So in all today, all 3 indices gave us only 3 opportunities to make decent money. And they are all visible on this chart when we are using these 3 indicators. All right. So if you're restricted to 2, then you will not get this high and low. So it'll look like this. If you are on the paid version, use it and it'll look like this. Or you can just manually draw the first high and low. It does not have to be a square. You can even use lines. So just take the first 5 minute candle high. You can use a line like this, horizontal line. First 5 minute candle high is this, and 1 minute candle high is that, and 1 minute candle low is that. That's how you know, okay, you can physically mark it manually. That's the high and low. You can use a dotted line, a straight line, a dashed line, whatever line you want. All right, and it'll look like this. Simple. So whichever way you want to approach that high and low of the first candle, whether you want it at all, is your choice. There are many ways to do it. You can manually do it. You can use it. You can use an indicator also and do it. But the crux of the indicator is TRAMA and Lux Algo trend line with breaks. If you use these 2 indicators on the 1 minute time frame, I think you will do well. However, I do not suggest this for beginners. Only use this if you have more than 4-5 years of experience. At least 5 years of experience, I would suggest, because 1 minute time frame can get a little tricky. You can enter into a trade a little early. It takes time to get used to the 1 minute time frame. Alright, it's not for everybody, but once you get good at it, then I've seen people who only trade on 1 minute time frame. They don't like anything else because they have spent years on the 1 minute time frame. All right. So this is my video, guys. If you have more than 5 years of experience, Kindly use these indicators and see how they work for you. Back test it if you want. I think you will do pretty well. All right. On that note, I'll end this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're already a subscriber, consider becoming a member on the channel by clicking on the join button. It's only 89 rupees a month, and if you're an international customer, then it's it's close to $1. That's it. If you are not subscribed to the channel, then please subscribe to our channel. Our stats show us that out of every 100 people that watch our videos, only 30 are subscribers and remaining 70 are not. So if you can please subscribe to the channel, that will be great. Please give our videos a like and a thumbs up. Click on that like button. It motivates us to make more videos for you. Also subscribe to our free Telegram channel. The link is given in the description in all our videos, and buy all your Amazon products from our Amazon affiliate link given in the description. No matter what you want to buy, just go through our affiliate link, click over there and then go to Amazon. That way, every time you make a purchase, we get a small commission and the prices don't change for you. You pay exactly the prices that you see on the screen. If you go via a link, you don't pay extra, you pay whatever is there. It's just that Amazon pays us a small commission every time you make a purchase. All right. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.